mobilization is focusing on the plantar fascia of the foot. So from the base of the heel up to the ball of the foot, you're going to stand on any one of those soft surfaces. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in the film, so I'm going to do it while I'm crouching down here. But you want to take your time in applying pressure on all this underlying tissue. It should take you almost a minute per foot. Rather than just rolling back and forth with no intention like you're making pizza dough, imagine just applying pressure into one single spot for at least 10 to 15 seconds and then slowly tacking to the next piece of tissue. So take as long as you need on one foot before moving on to the other. If standing is too intense, like standing up tall, you can come down to kneeling here. And you can also even do it sitting. So the more pressure you apply, the more intense it becomes. This mobilization is focusing on the plantar fascia of the foot. So from the base of the heel up to the ball of the foot, you're going to stand on any one of those soft surfaces. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in the film, so I'm going to do it while I'm crouching down here. But you want to take your time in applying pressure on all this underlying tissue. It should take you almost a minute per foot. Rather than just rolling back and forth with no intention like you're making pizza dough, imagine just applying pressure into one single spot for at least 10 to 15 seconds and then slowly tacking to the next piece of tissue. So take as long as you need on one foot before moving on to the other. If standing is too intense, like standing up tall, you can come down to kneeling here. And you can also even do it sitting. So the more pressure you apply, the more intense it becomes. So for this one, you're going to have to take off your socks and shoes. Sorry if you got some stinky feet today. But what we're going to do is focus on some toe plantar and dorsiflexion. So you can go one foot at a time or both, but you're going to curl your toes under your feet as if they're going to be pointed up towards your knees. And the beginning spot would be on all fours. Starting right here. To make it more intense, you'll slowly shift your weight back to it, your heels. If it gets to a point where your butt is to your heels, you can then make your way to a tall standing chest and let your weight sink in. So you want to stay here at least maybe 20 to 30 seconds, maybe slightly shifting your weight from left side to right side. And then once you come out of that, we're going to do the opposite. So toes are tucked down as if you're trying to pick up marbles with your feet. And then we're going to do the same exact principle, starting on all fours as least intense, making your way up into sitting. And eventually, if you need to, actually letting your hands travel behind your body, opening up your collarbones towards the ceiling, applying the most pressure you can onto the top portion of your foot. This is also really good to alleviate any sort of stress you have in the anterior, the front compartment of the shin. So once you're set with that, you can cycle between both of those. So again, tucking your toes back underneath, maybe one more time if that feels nice. If not, spend more time where you feel you will benefit most. All right, so this is a great technique to alleviate any sort of neck stress or pain, maybe from the night before, sleeping awkward, carrying a heavy bag on your shoulders, or maybe you're just holding a lot of stress in your neck. So what we're going to do is you're going to take a small ball, it can be a lacrosse ball or something, and we're actually going to position it at the base of our skull. So there's a small little pocket in the middle of your skull, right below, probably about where your earline is, where there's enough space for something small to fit. What you're going to do is just allow yourself to create a little bit of downward pressure here, and allow your back of your head, the soft tissue, to just sink on in. Then all you're going to do here is allow your chin to rotate to the left, and then to the right, as if you were very slowly shaking your head no. If this is too uncomfortable, please stop and let one of the coaches know, and we'll give you something else for this time. Again, the ball might slide away. Just simply reposition it and allow yourself to continue to slowly turn your head left to right. You can pause at either position, which feels best. If you're not feeling any sensation at all, congratulations, that's great. But if you'd like to take it one baby step further, you can allow the tops of your hands to come onto your head to create just a little bit more downward pressure. Nothing intense, you shouldn't be pressing down, but again, just nice and easily allowing the ball to slowly knead the muscles that might need a little bit of attention that we don't give them. Again, at any time you can stop or allow yourself to just lie still, allowing the ball to stay in its original nesting place. All right, so as most of you know, or maybe don't know, we have a bazillion, real number, check it out, of muscles in our face. Frowning, making faces, squinting, talking, breathing, smiling, things like that. They get used a lot, and we never really give them the chance to relax. So what we're going to do now is some manual work to help decompress our jaw and our temporal lobes. All you're going to do is to take either pressure from your 2 pointer fingers or your thumbs right on the sides of your temples, and then allow both of your thumbs, I'll come nice and close so you can see, right at the pivot point where your jaw opens and closes, so almost where like the chiseled jawline would start. All you're going to do is take both of those. You can have your eyes closed at this point if you don't want to look at other people's funny faces. You're going to make as many funny and ridiculous faces as you can, nice and naturally, so you get to watch me do it, as funny as that is. Allowing your pointer fingers and middle finger to make small circles as well as your thumb. Applying pressure into the muscles that get overused and just alleviating some stress we might hold. Take about 30 seconds, 45 seconds right here, just exploring what feels nice. Good, and as you feel the sensations start to become a little bit more natural, a little warmth develop, what you can do is remove your thumb and your finger, allowing your face to relax naturally, and continue making those faces, now allowing some sort of stretch. So maybe you open your mouth nice and wide open, shrug your eyebrows, scrunch them down, make a nice big smile, nice big frown. Maybe notice any changes in stiffness.